Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to be talking about Shelke and Lulu, who are going to be getting their C90s and their reworks, but Lulu is going to be getting her LD weapon. Now we're going to be talking about both of these two characters, but I definitely want to dive into Lulu a little bit more because she does have a unique mechanic with her upgrades, but mainly it's going to be because of her LD ability, making it so that her Doll Master buff gets these specific upgrades that will be providing the party with an additional element on top of what other elements it is that they are doing. But we're going to be talking about all of that in this video and let you guys know if they are worth chasing for in the upcoming banner. So let me know your plans for these two LD units down in the comment section below. If you're going to be passing up on them, are you going to be pulling for them? Whatever it is that you are planning to do let me know down in the comment section below. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we'll first start off with Shelke's rework to her skill 1, which now turns into a 6-hit melee brave plus an HP attack 2 times. The plus version increases brave gain to 200% of her attack and then deals a 6-hit melee brave plus an HP attack 2 times. Her skill 2 turns into a 6-hit AoE melee brave plus an AoE HP attack 2 times. The plus version is an 8-hit melee brave plus an AoE HP attack 2 times that allows for 180% stolen max brave overflow. Her skill 2 buff now gives her last stand as long as her HP is above 50%. With her C90, her EX ability turns into a 2-hit melee brave plus an HP attack 6 times that recovers brave by 50% of the HP damage dealt after each HP attack except for the last. Her EX buff now gives her a 20% HP damage up. Her C65 got extended to 4 turns, it becomes a 4-hit melee brave plus an HP attack, and it adds a 30% attack up, now totaling 45%, and a 30% brave damage cap up. Now Lulu's rework to her skill 1 gains 2 more uses. It now deals a 5-hit magic brave plus an HP attack 3 times that ignores defense and inflicts the fire resist down debuff to targets for 4 turns after the first HP attack. The plus version turns her skill 1 into an AoE attack, and this includes both her brave and the HP attack. Her skill 2 also gains 2 more uses. It becomes a 4-hit fire magic brave plus an HP attack 3 times, and then the plus version turns her skill 2 into an AoE attack. With her C90, her EX ability turns into a 4-hit AoE fire magic brave plus an AoE HP attack 3 times that inflicts the fire resist down debuff to all targets for 4 turns after the first HP attack. The plus version gains an additional 2 HP dumps, now totaling 5 HP dumps, and then when it comes to her alluring mage buff, it adds a self 30% brave and HP damage up and a party 20% stolen max brave overflow up. Her C65 got extended to 7 turns and adds a 20% party brave damage up and a 20% party brave damage cap up. Her LD ability, Double Flare Fury, is a 3-hit AoE magic brave plus an AoE HP attack 7 times that deals 4 HP damage. It inflicts the fire resist down debuff to all targets after the first HP attack, grants 5 stacks to her Doll Master buff for 6 turns, and grants a free ability use on her next turn. Now the Doll Master upgrades are as follows, and these are based on the number of stacks on her buff. So it provides the party with Brave Regen, starting off at 20% at 1 stack and then ending it off with 60% of initial Brave for her last stack. The party also receives an HP damage up starting at 5% going up to 25%. The party fire element gets attached to brave attacks along with other elements, meaning that let's say if you have Ash in a party, or if you're using her as a call ability, and with Ash, with her LD ability, she is able to enchant the party with Thunder and Holy. But if you do have Lulu in the field, having this buff active will make it so that not only is your party dealing Holy and Thunder Brave damage, but it's also going to be dealing fire damage at the same time. Now, it also provides the party with party fire attacks, brave potency up, which starts off at 5%, going up to 25%. And then for Lulu herself, she will be getting an attack up starting off at 5%, going up to 25%, and a fire enchant starting off at 5%, going up to 25%. And then finally, her LD call ability that lasts for 3 actions provides the party with the following: a 20% HP damage up, a brave regen based on 50% of initial brave, the fire element attaches to brave attacks, that's a typo, with other elements, and any fire elemental attacks gain a brave potency up. So is Shelke and or Lulu worth chasing for in the upcoming banner? So we're gonna start off with Shelke. Shelke is a very unique character, and the only reason I say that is because she actually does have some unique mechanics, but like the biggest thing about her is the fact that with her LD ability, whenever she uses it, she basically reverts back to how she started off when the fight first began. So that means that she heals her HP up to max, she resets her skill usage, and she cleanses any debuffs that she has. Also, she does dispel all buffs that the enemy has, which can actually come in handy in some tight situation. Now, it does have instant turn rate, so that, once you use her LD ability, you'll be able to access her abilities and also have access to her EX ability as well, because she does actually set her recast gauge for her EX ability to max, so you can jump into using her EX ability immediately. Some of the other key things to know about Shelke is going to be with her Brave Shield. Her Brave Shield is going to be based on the amount of HP damage that you deal with her skill 2, whether it be the regular version or the plus version. So if you are able to make it so that she can cap out in her damage, then that Brave Shield that she is going to give herself is going to be a very potent one to have. So, you know, best believe, unless the enemy is going to be dealing like 20 brave hits, I don't think they're going to be breaking you anytime soon, especially if you are going to be using her ability twice. And when I say that, I'm also going to be talking about her overhead. Her overhead makes it so that her brave does not drop below 30% of her max brave. Then, after her own turn, she grants an instant turn, and that turn does not increase the turn count unless but this does exclude whenever acting during the guaranteed turn. So once you are in that guaranteed turn, this does not activate until like she actually gets a brand new turn. Also, she does have that effect that after the enemy's turn, she actually jumps in the turn order, so she gets an instant turn right after the enemy acts, and this does not increase the turn count at all. So as you can see, like, she has, in a way, she is like the type of character where like she is able to turn the tides of the fight for herself, and that's pretty much it. Whether like she refreshes her skills via her LD ability, whether it's to jumping in a turn order, whether it's just consistently dealing attacks over and over, like that's the whole thing about Shelke. Is just pretty much like all of that put together into this one character. But for me myself though, if you want me to be perfectly honest, Shelke is a character that, even though she does have that unique mechanic, she's actually a character that I really didn't use that often. To be fair, the only thing that I would personally use out of Shelke would actually be using her more as a call ability than I would actually having her on the team, because with her LD call ability, she does heal the caller, she cleanses all debuffs from the caller, she dispels all buffs in the enemies, and you also get access to your EX ability as well. So that call ability right there can actually come in handy, especially for those type of characters where we're needing to use the EX ability first, and if using the EX ability is like the most important thing out of their kits, then having Shelke as the call ability for that character would not be a bad idea. So if you are planning to pull on this banner, and if you do manage to get Shelke, definitely build her up at least to get that call ability effect for future usage. Now with Lulu, Lulu is another character that does have a unique mechanic, which is the fact that with her fire elements being able to enchant the party, she will also make it so that even if you are using any other elements, with either call abilities or with another character that is enchanting your party, everybody in the party will be dealing the first element that they are already dealing first on top of the fire element that Lulu is going to be granting to the entire party. And the same way works if you use her as a call ability. Her LD call ability does that same type of mechanic where it is able to party fire enchant the party, but also make it so that it combines with other elements. Now her regular call ability is a self fire enchant, and that's it, so it's not a party wise. So with Lulu though, like Lulu, to me, I was not really that impressed with the rework and this like quote unquote unique mechanic that she has, because honestly it just doesn't seem like it's actually like worth going too crazy for when, you know, you typically don't mix elements that often, and especially during the Shinryu era. You know, once we start getting into those elemental lockouts, there's not, you know, you're gonna have other characters that will be able to enchant fire, like one that is gonna be coming up soon is going to be Ignis, or for those who already have his LD ability, or his call ability in general is able to party enchant the party, and that's it. And the thing is though, like sometimes you don't want to mix up different elements, because like in certain Shinryu fights there are a few fights where you can use either one of the two elements, and sometimes even with call abilities, said call abilities will have the element that you want, but it will also have the other one, and it's going to not mix up well. So, you know, you could use party enchanters outside of what Lulu does offer, but Lulu is gonna be like that rare situation where, like, you know, you may use her at some point just for that unique mechanic for like future Shinryu fights, which those Shinryu fights are gonna be like very little. It's gonna be like maybe a few. It's not going to be a consistent amount. So like it's really just looking at Lulu. She is gonna be more of a character where like her mechanic is gonna be like super situational, and to me I feel like it's not really worth the chase, especially when we do have other fire enchanters, whether it be via call abilities or having him in the party, especially like Ignis. Ignis, in my opinion, is probably like the best fire enchanter, because aside from the fire enchanter, like he does provide some solid support. He is going to be a character that is going to be an FR charger in the future, so he is going to be a character that's going to have a more well-rounded kit for future Shinryu fights, or I guess into the next era. So like for me, in my opinion though, like if you are wanting this situational mechanic from Lulu, you could chase for her, but in my opinion, like I don't think that she is like pity worthy unless she is a big favorite of yours. But for me though, I'm gonna throw about like 100 tickets, like, but I'm not gonna go too crazy for her LD ability. I am just fine with what I already have with other fire enchanters, regardless if they don't do the same thing as to what Lulu does. I feel very comfortable with just holding off and just maybe throwing 100 tickets just to see if I can get her and maybe do a showcase. But other than that, I'm not gonna be too concerned about it. When it comes to future banners where she does get reran, she will get reran when the Spiritist Pandemonium event drops. So that will be in like roughly like maybe 5 months ish, 5 to 6 months, somewhere around that time frame. So that'll be the next opportunity for you to be able to pick up her LD weapon. And then she does get FR enhancements at the time, but she has not gotten a rework since. So but yeah guys, I mean that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on what I have mentioned throughout the video, and if you're going to be pulling for either of these two LD units. So with that being said, take care guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.